Satish here, and today I'm going to talk about my agentic use case, which is TradeFlowX, a autonomous multi-agent system built for USA import compliance. The goal here is we have to build a solution where the multiple agent, human and robot can coordinate to fulfill the various compliance steps that involve when a shipment is being imported from UAE to USA. This platform covers 7 stages: order intake, ISF filing, HTS classification, OFAC screening, document intelligence, CBP entry, and the post-entry reconciliations, coordinated through 8 specialized AI agent, RPA bot, live government, API integration, and human in the loop for the broker review under a single governed Mark Maestro orchestration layer. Now, the first questions that basically comes is why a Maestro case, right? So if you look, Dubai to USA lane is one of the most complex import coordinator in the world. And I want to be very specific about why, because this is not a generic custom problem. A single digit misclassification in HTS can land you in paying a 0% duty, or it could be overcharged and overpaid duty, and you will get a a penalty notice that arrives 6 months later during a focus assessment. There are a lot of steps involved in OFAC and compliance gaps. There are UAE free zones which can mask Chinese and Indian item, and they can come via route, right? Originally originated from India and China, moved to Dubai, and then from Dubai to USA. So a lot of steps are involved, a lot of compliance are involved, and so it is a minefield of the manual steps that need to be completed for any import shipment. So what we have built is we have built a fully Maestro orchestrated use case where you will have 7 stage life cycle from order intake to the post entry. There are 8 specialized agents. Each agent will map to the compliance document, all governed by Maestro. And then at each stage, there will be 18 human tasks involved. And for the regulatory API, we are using some of the API for this particular use case, which is a live API given by the government, but some of the APIs are basically mocked just for this hackathon purposes. And if we talk more in a detail about high level overview of the entire Maestro case management that we have built, it has 7 stages that I talked previously, S1 till S7, all orchestrated through the Maestro case. Triggers are email, and when a PU is being created into a Salesforce CRM, the stage contains different types of the component, and at the bottom you can see that stage 1 contains a API layer, a agent layer, and the human layer, and so on and so forth. So in total 7 stages, 39 tasks, 18 HITL, and then there is a portal where you should be able to go approve, reject, and improvise any feedback that you received during the transition of the entire Maestro case app. Going quickly to the next, talking real quick about how and what kind of result it can give. So there are a lot of process area, and there you will see a noticeable improvement. ISF filing, which is manual broker dependent, which usually takes 2 to 4 hours, now it can be done in a 5 minute, 24 into 7 with zero broker wall, and so on and so forth. For each of these process area, you will find a lot of benefits. So there are 90% plus clearance preparation time reductions. There are a lot of penalties that could be saved, and 100% accuracy in screening coverage, so that you are dealing with the right party when you are doing the import shipment. Next, I have also built a portal, TradeX Flow portal, which is basically a React and TypeScript web applications that serves the central control where you should be able to see the document, you should be able to approve and reject the human task. It is entirely built on UiPath TypeScript SDK. There is external apps which is used for UiPath SSO. We have data fabrics at the backend, and then also we have UiPath Actions apps for schema validating, approving, rejecting tasks for human in the loop. And real quick, you can see that how the action history will look like, and it has a lot of other features where you should be able to look at the central control room, real-time case tracking, data fabric integrations, and document retention dashboard as well. So I'll not take much time, and I'll real quick move to the demo piece where you should be able to see how it actually runs end to end by going onto the UiPath orchestrator. So let's quickly go to UiPath orchestrator. So first thing I wanted to talk here is, if you look at the UiPath orchestrator, I have a Maestro case, and here we have a case plan where we can see that we have 7 stages and one stage which is S4, which is pretty optional. We don't need to run it every time. And that's the reason it is optional, and it will navigate through. I'll run within a minute. And then how it works is, we have also a storage bucket where all of these documents will be stored, and we are also using some of the indexes basically for our UiPath low-code agent, so that they can basically query this knowledge base for RAG-based query, and they'll be providing the better result. And at the backbone, we have a Salesforce CRM, which will be actually used for purchase order creations and tracking the life cycle of the goods movement from one country to another country. So now I also wanted to real quick showcase the portal first, right? Or maybe what I can do is I can run a case, and then we'll quickly go back to portal, showcasing how it can be done. Before that, one thing to note here is, usually uh, these cases are triggered on the basis of email is coming from freight forwarder. So freight forwarder will be sending you an email with attachment of lots of documents. And once those attachments and the email arrive, you should be able to run the use cases. So let me real quick trigger this from in a debug mode, because I wanted this will take a lot of time. So I'll stop in a middle so that I can go and switch back to the the portal and showcase you how it would look like on the portal as well. So now you can see that it has started provisioning, and the execution has started, right? And the case manager has started. It will trigger. Now you can real quick see here that agent has started, which is trying to make a LLM call. It is trying to use a tool, which will be the read Gmail tool. Then a robot job has been triggered. We can, once it get completed, you will be able to see that what is happening. And usually these cases are long running in nature. So once it gets started, usually it takes around 2 to 3 hours to complete end to end, because there will be multiple stages, multiple gates. And for demonstration purpose, what I'll be doing is I'll be running few stages, but then I'll be stopping because I need to switch to the portal and showcase you how it would look like. So now you can see that it has the limb call has completed, all the data from the document has been extracted, and then it is trying to create a Salesforce order, and the order will be created in a Salesforce as well, and it will continue to move through the different stages and steps that is defined into the agent. Now real quick, I'll showcase you how it will be looking at the portal side. So we have a portal which is built here, and on this portal you should be able to log in using UiPath SSO. So I'll click on this UiPath SSO. It will try to log in, authenticate, and it will log in. And once you are able to log in, you should be able to see the recent run, faulted jobs, and if it is a running and if it is a waiting. And here you can see there is a pending, one task, and this task is for basically, validation of a one document, and you should be able to click on the review. And once you click on the review, it will basically load all the documents that has been sent in the attachment as an email, so that you should be able to review these documents and validate and approve and reject. And the moment you approve and reject from here, the case will resume and it will continue to work upon. Other features on this portals are, you should be able to see the action history that is taken by me. If you can look at some of these run that I have done currently, you should be able to see that I have completed these many human tasks. And we do have a audit, a complete compliance audit, which will basically talk about who has done what, who completed the task, who uploaded a document, so that you should be able to understand who is taking what on your portal. And then we do have a data fabric registry where you should be able to see all the data related to the case, what is happening with which document is uploaded, what has been done and what not, all the feature. So overall, it is a very powerful capability that is built entirely orchestrated on the Maestro uh, case. And by utilizing this, you should be able to see a lot of benefit, particularly if you are running a freight forwarding business or you are in an import business. And this use case is applicable not only to UAE and USA zone, but it can be in future it can be extended to other regions of the world as well. With this, I'll stop sharing my screen and see you in the finals.